So freedom ain't free, but you might be able to set the price. Hey yo, we're back once again. Another episode of the Jimi Priceless Show. Thanks again for tuning in. Shout out for watching the last episode, being subscribed and liking, doing all those shits. Please share the video, share the channel. Let's try to grow this and keep it, get it a bit more interactive. Get more comments and feedbacks and shit for the show. But boom, another long weekend. Actually, no, it's not a long weekend. But I mean, shout out to those people that did, take off Monday to make it a long weekend. All heroes don't wear capes. But so yeah, it's holiday, Freedom Day. So I thought, what, give my thoughts on the idea or the concept of, freedom, or various people's definitions thereof, and then kind of how we create our own prisons, So depending, where you are in life, freedom, or there will always be a freedom that you feel you are lacking in. So like, for majority of people, it will always be like, financial freedom. You're out here broke. But whereas if you look like, if we look at the people that we like look at, to like seem to have it all, like celebrities and these public figures and these people just monetizing all kinds of shits, they on the other end will be like, I just want the normal life, So it's kind of like how everyone is still not free in some way, and if it does come with a price, let's say you can have the fame and fortune, but without, living a normal life. Or you can have the normal life without the fame and fortune. There's always a trade-off, it seems to be, in some aspect. And even if you look at people who are financially secure, but who aren't famous, people just work the ass off. So they might not have the freedom of time, to spend time with their loved ones, or just to chill and relax and hang out, or have hobbies and shit like that. So with that being said, I'm always big on like, personal responsibility. So I think that you can, or you have the ability to somehow influence the amount of freedom you have, that you feel you are lacking. Because let's say you want financial freedom. It can't be like this abstract thing, you gotta have exact number. And like one of the 48 laws of power is, once you reach your target and then stop, And I think that a lot of it is, people kind of, especially like I would say like for artists, like right now, we as a relatively unknown artist, who's, on the level that I'm at, I would say, if someone had to say you could make 50K or whatever around there, per month of your music, that would be amazing, compared to like a few hundred maybe, if you're lucky, if you get enough streams. But like once you get to that level, it's always like, but why can't I get 100K? Why not go to 250? And then, you continue building on that. And it's not that you shouldn't, want more for yourself in life. But, you got to know that like the more you get in one area of your life, the more you got to sacrifice somewhere else. And you just can't have it all, there's just not enough hours in the day. As humans, we can only exert so much energy before we, got to take that couple hours to get some sleep or some rest, And I'm definitely not part of the no sleep gang, I make a point to get like 8 hours of sleep at least, because to me it's not really like on the sleep thing. Like I don't really, especially with artists, they have that shit where it's like, yo, all night in studio. But it's like you pulled up to the studio at like 9 p.m. You were lumming with our homies, drinking, smoking, and then you left at like 4 or 5 the next morning, and it's like you could do the same thing if you always got to the studio at like 8 a.m. And left at like 4 and got the same results. I don't know. I guess it's just more, romantic. The all night, it just makes a better story, I guess. But anyway, so like I was saying, there's always going to be that trade-off, man, and you can decide, fuck it. I even like a person who's in the 9 to 5 sphere, like I can further my financial freedom or make more money by working overtime, but is it worth it, not spending as much time with my family, because to me that's one of the ways where we architect our own prisons. It's like we want certain things and then we because before we get that thing we want, it's always like it's quiet, like the grass is always greener once I get there. And then once you get there, it's like, yo, is it even worth it? Like I'm sure we've known of people that get like promotions, work in the promotion for a few months, and then like step out of the position because like with too much is given, much is tested, and it's not like a indictment on people's character, but sometimes it's just not fucking worth it to make like, especially when it's like 9 to 5, you earn more money, but now you're in a different tax bracket. So in the end, the extra money you leave with might just be a few $100, and is that really worth the extra stress and effort and shit you gotta worry about in that position? And not just work, but just anything. Sometimes like in my case, like I can't do music and drop YouTube videos every day. So for me it's like every week is doable. So I might not get that reach or as many views as if I had to drop a video every day. But for me, like, is it worth it trying to do that? Because like as recently on the amount of views the videos have been getting, it'd be like 10-15 views. So for me, it's like, is it worth it now? Like putting myself under that extra stress, especially considering there doesn't seem to be that much engagement, so it's like, do I want to create that present for myself? It's like, nah, I'm gonna make videos every day, and then now I feel like super pressured or get burnt out real quick, and then I have to like take a break from the channel for who knows how long. So it's kind of like the point of the video I wanted to make, is make sure that in chasing the freedoms you want, make sure that you don't create other prisons for yourself or tie yourself down in other ways. Like the example I just mentioned. Because sometimes everything looks good from a distance, and then once you're in it, it's like, ugh, I gave it all up for this. Especially like when you get all these like old mafia interviews and shit, and then it's like, they wanted that high life, but now it's like they like living in witness protection and can't see the family anymore, and a whole weird vibe. And also like less extreme versions. I'm sure there are many others. Where people have decided to just go for more, and it's usually a money thing. From the examples that I've like seen, and then just not worth it in the end. And they kind of have that period afterwards where it's like I kind of regret the decision they made, and like they prefer making less money. All for this pursuit of freedom. So and of course freedom is a mental thing, mental slavery, blah blah blah. But I like this video is more practical, so know and define what freedom is for you, and then stick to that, because sometimes you get greedy, so make sure that doesn't influence whether you what your price is you're willing to pay. So yeah, but that's it on that topic. Before I bounce, I want to let you all know, Calling, the new single, is still out. So you can go check that out, stream it. Close to home playlist. Already got a few submissions for the next update, which is only in like May the 14th, I think will be the next update. So I already got like a handful of submissions, so spots might be limited. So you know of any artists that wanna get on it, and if they're from Cape Town and have less than 1,000 plays on their songs, they can someone just drop the link here in the comments and I'll check it out. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in again. Be sure to share the video with anyone you think may need to hear it. It's Jimi Priceless. This has been the Jimi Priceless Show. I'm out.